we in yet? Are we in yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? We are. Hold on. Yeah, so welcome. We have a bit more going on this week in terms of I have a bit more of a plan. I've been rewatching the live streams we've already done to kind of try and figure out a little bit more of an organization to how this works. So I've got this this whole list of things I'm supposed to hopefully say. Question mark. So starting off is welcome to the year of the studio. Making a space where my creativity can make things. Bam. So that's the whole point of this year is that. So that's what we're doing. Welcome to the year of the studio. Glad you're here. There aren't any of you here yet, but that's okay. There will be, I'm sure. I'm certain. That's how things work. Or have worked, at least, so far. But anyway, next up is a studio tour. I want to show you guys around. Try and give you guys updates every week about anything that's changing or improvements that are being made in the studio. So we've got the window, which actually here I'll give you a better look. If you look out the window, you can see a bit of our backyard, which is mostly dirt with some bricks. So I did the bricks myself, which was fun. New thing. And then we've also got the tree, still yet unnamed. Then over here you can see the the wedding gifts. Oh, hey, somebody's here. The wedding gifts are starting to stack up. They're starting to fill up the room. They're kind of quickly becoming the biggest thing in the room. Yeah, a lot of them are already wrapped. One of them, obviously, well, I don't think this is a gift. This is for us to use for traveling, though. And yeah, and then we have the bookshelf still itself the way it is. We've moved some of the other storage over to this side, and you can see if I show you from above what my workspace is like, you can see the floor on almost a lot. So I've successfully cleaned a bunch in here and cleared a bunch of stuff. There's still a huge pile of camping supplies that haven't gotten cleaned up. Hey, glad you're here, Carolee. And then we've got the office and these kind of things, and some of the art supplies was over here too. And yeah, but other than that, we got the tree and the window and the wall and the thing I was just showing you, which is all the gifts. There's gobs and gobs of wedding gifts. So in terms of things that have been improved this week or updates to the studio, the main thing is just decluttering. I've decluttered a lot of this stuff, and so I've got a lot more space here in the middle, which is why I'm kind of like moved out into the middle instead of cramped in that corner like I was the first couple episodes. And we've got better lighting. We got more light again. I'm adding a little bit more light every time, it seems like. And yeah, I guess that's the gist of it, I suppose. But about the wedding gifts, or more about the wedding gifts, you guys can actually go. I put a link in this video if you guys want to go check out the wedding website. So if you are interested or curious, we've got who all's going to be in the lineups on both sides. Telling you a little bit about them, how we know them, and we've got a registry and stuff. Oh, there's my mom. My mom's here. And so yeah, there's a few different things you can do on there, and there's some, a quick story of how we came together, me and Erica, and there's a lot of cool stuff. There's also a registry. You're welcome to look through. It's a fun website. I think it looks really good. So, and I've heard good things. So yeah, we're excited. I'm excited. Oh, and also anybody, no matter who you are, RSVP. Let us know whether you are or are not coming, because making plans gets a lot easier if we know how many people we're making plans for. So anyway, let's see here. So we've done the studio tour, studio updates. Next up, let's do effort tree updates. So this is the effort tree, or at least that's what I'm calling it right now, unless we come up with a better name, which I'm sure we will, because I don't think that sounds all that great, the effort tree. But anyway, here's the tree. We got a bunch of things to add to it because I'm not going to add to them right now, but I need to add, what do I need to add? I need to add a whole bunch of ideas that I've had for if we get some property, if we get something like that, because we're hoping to buy something in the next year. And then I have a bunch of ideas, or not ideas, something I'm currently working on is a Bible reading project, reading through the Bible in a year chronologically. We started December 31st, and I got a bunch of friends doing that with me, so I want to put that on here. And yeah, stuff like that. So we've got a few different things to put on there. I don't have much for updates for that right now, but yeah, that's what's going on. Then, oh, do you hear Luna? Did you hear it? Here, I'm gonna bring Luna in. Luna, Luna, come. Luna, come. Oh, she'll come once Erica comes. Yeah. This is the one time she's not being social. She's like the most social dog in the world. She's so active all the time. I don't know why she doesn't want to come in here.
I think she thinks she's getting a bath.
Oh, let me close the bathroom door then. Yeah, Luna, you're not getting one of those. Come on. Here, you guys. Yeah, Luna. Yeah, Luna, up here.
Yeah, you're not getting a bath.
Yeah. So, everybody, this is Erica.
Hello.
Hi, Erica. This is everybody. Everybody, this is Erica. And this is Luna. This is our dog. Well, it's Erica's dog. It will be my dog. But, yeah. So, anyway, I'm going to introduce you to them. They're the ones that actually live here. I just come to hang out because she feeds me and I love it. Those are the main things. Hey, Luna.
Hi, Carrie.
Yeah, and my mom's on too.
Hi, Mom.
We got two of you here, so cool.
I'm gonna go make dinner.
Okay, sounds good. Having wontons. Wontons. Okay, so yeah, our city location is in Idaho and stuff. And and here's another thing on the website. Is you can do music recommendations. Even coming, you can still make music recommendations for songs that will play at the reception. We've been having a ton of fun with that, going through and making playlists on Spotify or whatever to get ready for it. We don't have an MC yet, but hopefully we'll find one. So hopefully somebody that's coming is gonna MC for us. Oh, it looks like we lost one of you. All right. And then, yeah, Patreon goals. We have 3 patrons. The goal is to get 5 patrons. So that's where we're at. That goals, updates, and prizes. When we get those 5, then that'll be our first round of prizes. So, and then. Okay, so the plan for today, everybody, is to do some more work on the Mallet, the yet still unnamed Mallet. You can see I did a little bit of shaping during the week. Basically, some of it I was like, it's, it takes 10 minutes to shave it off by chopping. Whereas it takes longer than that to do it the other way. So just to save a little time, I chopped off some of those bigger knobs, and we'll do a better job of smoothing it out now with the Kukri. So we're gonna use the Kukri this week. So beware, yeah, let's just get into it. Let's get going. I'm gonna fix you down a little bit so you can see where I'm working and what I'm doing, and we'll get right into it. So there we go. So Yeah, Luna's a doggo Argentino. That's the kind of dog she is. It's so hard. I enjoy doing this, and I want to do it, and all week I think about it. I'm like, man, oh man, that's what I want to be doing. But then I've got other things I should be doing, you know what I mean? So it's good that I have a specific time for it. How's you guys' week? How have things been going for y'all? Yeah, Luna, you tell him. You tell him. Luna's a good watchdog. Good guard dog. Ain't nobody sneaking into this house. Been pretty good. Got to see your mom for a little bit. Well, that's good. Is she still with you, or is she headed back now? I don't know. What was that? What's that sound? Ooh. Wait, what? Masked? Lysol spray, etc.? Oh, okay. Going to karaoke later, but you're gonna mask up and use the Lysol, huh? Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, we got COVID this week, so that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been up to. We've been quarantining, and I couldn't. I live with my cousin who's yeah, I kind of figured that was probably the case. She probably wasn't there for long, but the we got COVID, and my cousin's an older fella, the guy that I live with, Junior, and so I pretty much immediately was like, I need to dip out of here. Basically, Erica got COVID. We were pretty sure of it, and then the next day she got tested, and we confirmed it, and so I came over here and I've been staying in the backyard, or sleeping in the backyard at least, while Erica's family has been here. Her mom and her brother were both here, and her brother went back yesterday, but yeah, it's been interesting. We've been quarantining. This is really my first time having to be involved in quarantine or anything like that, because up in Idaho, like none of the COVID stuff really affected hardly anything. So I feel like this is my first time participating in the pandemic. I feel like I'm finally joining the bandwagon that everybody has been on with. Everybody's been complaining for like, what is it, 2 years now, and now is my first time I finally have something to complain about. Oh, you had it over New Year. Oh my goodness, that must have been, or could have been, rough. I mean, Mom's in the chat now. Hope your symptoms aren't too bad. Oh no, yeah, our symptoms weren't bad at all. We had like basically 2 days of, 2 miserable days, and then the symptoms have kind of dragged on a little bit, like a scratchy throat and headaches. Headaches is actually probably the worst part for both me and Erica. But Erica's mom has had worse symptoms. She's been having a worse go of it than we did. That's for sure. She had chest pain and some difficulty breathing and stuff. Well, I don't know if she had difficulty breathing, but she had chest pain. So yesterday actually we spent most of the day at the hospital, so with her mom. She didn't end up having to stay, like she didn't have to be admitted or anything like that, but with the chest pain, we just wanted to make sure everything was going to be all right. Yeah, Josh has had it. A whole bunch of our families had it. We haven't been around each other. We just happen to have all had the same timing. So it's kind of funny. Well, I think it's going around pretty fast and strong. Pretty much everybody seems to be getting it. So it's kind of like the flu in terms of how many people are getting it. It seems like. So no, she's not an inpatient right now. She's with us. She's sleeping on Erica's bed now. But it's better to stay home and get to hang out with people you love and stuff. And so she was doing all the cooking for us last week, being super sweet to us. So we were real thankful. And now we're getting to repay her a little bit. So. Yeah, everybody's been getting it lately. Yeah, Dad and Lisa and Nathan, they all got it or had it. I haven't actually talked to Dad yet about how it went for him. I talked to him a little bit when they were first getting it, and it sounded like it wasn't being nearly as bad of a problem as I thought it would be for them, because they're obviously fairly susceptible to the problems. So, but like even they were doing all right. At least last I talked to them. So, which I need to talk to him again. I meant to call him yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I almost talked to him. I ended up calling him. Yeah. Welcome Shelby to the mom team. So she's my third mom now. I got 3 moms. Whole crew of moms. It takes that many moms for some kids, Yeah, sometime you guys are gonna have to have a mom's party. The 3 of you. Music. My mom says music to her ears for Erica to call her mom. Yeah, our family has a lot of boys in it. It does not have very many girls, so any new women in the family are always welcome. So it seems. Yeah, you tell him, Luna. You tell him. Can you hear Luna barking in the background? She's a funny dog. Funny dog. She barks at just about everything that goes by. Can't complain too much though. It's good to have a good guard dog. Whew. It's starting to come together. Look at that. It's starting to. I feel like I maybe need to plan out things to say while I do this. I picture Nick being all chill, holding the 8-inch slabs together while going to tell Erica what happened. Yep, it's true. Well, I've never had to go to the hospital. Never had to go to the hospital for like an injury before. I don't plan on changing that today. That's the thing, you just gotta take a little off at a time. That's how it works. There we go. Just little chunks. Jill Moore, I'm here. What? Could have done my introduction list while starting the project. What do you mean by an introduction list? What do you mean? Oh, like all the different little updates and stuff. Yeah, I could. I feel like this actually takes quite a bit of concentration, so I don't know how well I'd be able to read that and do this at the same time safely, but I do think you thought I was gaming? Oh. Hey, Corinne. Glad you made it. Made it just in time for the most important part. The part where you get here. That's funny. My mom's on here too, you know. She's talking to her. So. It's starting to take shape a little bit. A little bit. bit by bit. My live stream coach. Now I have to catch up on the past live streams. Oh, thank you, Corinne, for showing my mom how to get there. No, I haven't made one of these before. I'll show you, I'll help you try and visualize what it is I'm making, Mom. I've already told them, but I don't know if I've really showed them. So this is going to get whittled down to be about this big around. You can tell how big and around it's going to be based on this right here. So it's going to be a little bit wider around than that for the handle, and it'll be, I'm picturing maybe like about half of this thing, but I have the whole thing just in case I mess one side up. I can use the other side. But anyway, so that's what I'm planning on, something about like that. It'll be, you know, something kind of hefty to hold, but then this will be the actual mallet. It'll go like that. So that's the, if you can visualize it, it'll be kind of like that. Although this side is obviously flat, right? Flush. And then this side, I'm going to actually round this off, almost like a ball peen hammer. And that's probably the next big part that's going to take some serious time. So, but no, I have not made one of these before. I got this just this last year, and so it's my first time getting to use it. And this was a project I thought of that I think would be really cool to use it. I have used the knife before. I've used the knife a lot, but I haven't ever actually made a mallet like this, like this will be. So, but I'm always trying something new. You know that. And I almost never do the same thing twice. It seems like, which is good and bad. Cutting chunks off of wood, though, that I've done before. Doing it inside of the house, that I have not done before. Gotta start everything sometime. Slice the top of your kneecap open. I could hit my kneecap pretty darn hard and not go through these canvas pants. Oh yeah, no yeah. I'm aware that people cut themselves all the time with knives. I haven't though. I don't know. I cut myself once so far. Ever in my life, and it was one of my most disappointing moments in life. I cut myself. I was cutting, I think it was tomatoes. I was trying to cut tomatoes, and I just had a normal knife instead of a tomato knife. And this was when I lived in the basement right next to the mayor's mansion in Lincoln, Nebraska. Mom probably remembers which apartment that is, but anyway, when I was living there, I cut my thumb. I don't have a scar from it. It wasn't a big cut. It was just a little like whatever, like paper cut type of thing. But I've never cut myself before. So when that happened, I was so disappointed. I was so proud that I work with knives, use knives all the time, do all sorts of things with knives, and I never cut myself. And then finally this one tomato just got me. So, yeah, I do have a history with cutting myself. I've done it once, but I feel like a lot of people that work in the kitchen, they do it all the time. It seems like I don't know what the deal is, but different strokes for different folks, I guess. Although, also to be fair, I've I've spent a lot of energy throughout my life keeping my knives fairly sharp, especially the ones I'm using very much. So I do run a significantly lower risk of having the knife do something unexpected. So because I keep them so sharp, so that's probably a contributing factor to why I have not cut myself very many times. At least as an adult. As a kid, I don't know how I got through childhood without cutting myself. That's amazing. But yeah, for the longest time, that was like part of my claim to fame. Now it's just an old washed up has-been. Interesting VeggieTale. Yeah. Yeah. Those darn homegrown tomatoes. You gotta be careful about them homegrown tomatoes. Yeah. They'll reach out and bite you if they can. That's good. It's funny how the further we go through the process, the less material I'm taking off as I go, because like the first couple steps were like sawing off these huge chunks, and so there's like a chunk the size of my fist that comes off when I finish it, and yet now I'm at a point where I'm like shaving off just paper thin little tiny slices mostly. So it's funny how like the further you get, the less material you're actually trying to remove as you go. And when we get down to near the end of the project, we'll be taking off even less than this because we'll be just sanding things. So. I found my old wood burner, so we're gonna get to engrave or burn my name into it, or the name I give it, whatever we name it. So be thinking of a good name for a mallet. How'd your visit up north go, Mom? What are you going to do with this mallet? Oh, that is such a good question. What are you going to do with this mallet? So, okay. I have an answer. my first and main project that I'm looking forward to, I need to source some 4x4s. So I need to get some 4x4s together. But I'm planning to do some big 4x4 joinery for all four corners of this little room. So there's this corner, that corner behind the, and that behind the door. I'm going to do all four corners, and then across the ceiling, along the corners, across the ceiling, and then around the floor. And so they're all joined together with pins. So with wood dowel, which will be, you guessed it, this diameter, because this is the diameter that I have. And so then I'll have that as a frame, and I'm going to use plywood to build a false wall. Because the thing about this is we're renting this, so or Erica's renting this. We will be renting this once I move in, once we get married. But Erica's renting this, so I can't actually like hang my tools on the wall. I can't really. I can hang some pictures, a little bit of stuff, but I can't really like put shelves and like just like fill this thing with organization, which is what I'd like to do. You see all of this camping gear behind me, this big huge pile of camping gear. I want all of that accessible and on the walls where we can just walk into the room, grab it off the wall, off the hook, whatever hook it's on, and go, and having it all ready to go. So the goal is to like maximize the organization of this small space. And the way I want to do that is with a false wall, and then that's adjustable and changeable so that we can then fit it into the next place we move into, assuming that it has a room this big or bigger. And so that way the studio can move wherever we go, wherever we move, whatever house we move into, whatever situation we move into. I can always disassemble that system and reassemble it somewhere else, and so we then have an organized gear room, or in this case, or an organized studio. So hopefully I will have all of the different cameras and the different equipment all laid out in ways so that whenever we need something, we just walk in, grab it, and go. That's the idea. So that's the main thing I want to use this mount for. I don't have 4x4s yet because 4x4s are not cheap. But yeah, do that, and like building some furniture is another thing that the mallet will be useful for. So yeah, and hanging axes. So I've got 2 axes right now that need new handles, and I don't have a mallet. So I could either go spend $10 and buy a mallet, or I could spend significantly more than $10 worth of my time and make a mallet. So that's the dream. So don't buy it when you can. Why buy it when you can make it? So let me put this knife away. I don't want it to fall and catch an ankle or something, or worse. So, yeah. So in case you don't remember, the reason we're here is for Nick's little brown book, Nicholas Barnett's little brown book. We have finished the text editing, like editing of the stories, right? So that part, we have just finished the editing done, no more editing. There's part of me that wants to just, we'll keep editing forever. I mean, the editing took significantly longer than I expected because of how much I just constantly feel the need to tweak and improve things. But anyway, so editing now done on the book, and next stage is getting it formatted for the printing. So, and I can't afford a professional. They're not cheap to have your book formatted. So I gotta learn that. So that'll take some time for me to learn that before we actually start publishing. But that's where we're at. I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah, once that book comes out, then we're gonna share that on here. So that's part of that's what one of the activities will become. So and patrons, you can look forward to having full access immediately, and helping me decide what part we might slash in the next versions and stuff, and which stories we keep working on, and which stories are where and what, and all that jazz. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited. So, thank you. Carolee says, congratulations. I don't know if she said it like that, but that's how I said it. Then, Enough Brothers. I don't know if any of you guys have listened to the new podcast yet, but me and Daniel Akpama are making a podcast together called That's Enough Brothers. Because there are 4 of us brothers, and there's only 2 of us in the podcast, so but that's gonna have to be enough. So that's the name of the podcast is Enough Brothers, and we're on there to talk about all sorts of different things right now. We haven't really found exactly what avenue we're gonna focus on. And then I also want to say thanks. I want to say thanks to my patrons. Did my patronage continue to this site? Yes, it did. That's my mom asking. She's one of my 3 patrons, and I was just about to thank you guys because I've turned the Patreon back on, and so this coming January 1st, or maybe it's January 5th, I don't remember. The cycle of Patreon begins again. So thank you so much, Mom. Thank you so much, Raagnaerok and Charlie. I appreciate you guys so much for your support of this show and all of the different things that go on around this show, because the show is kind of like meant to be a hub for talking about and doing things related to all the different projects I'm working on and thinking about and trying to do. So I've got so many. My artistic brain is so desperately wants to do every single little project all the time. And so this is kind of a way to focus that energy, hopefully, and give it some direction and some focus and a weekly reminder for me, like, hey, this is why you're here. You're here to share these things you're making with people, not just to make things and then keep them to yourself. So, yeah. And then, I have an update. So you remember this. The January calendar. Well, I have good news. I have been gifted an updated version, which is this bad boy. Somebody gave me an actual daily, a normal person's daily planner. I just got it, so we'll be doing that. I'll be using that as my new calendar instead of this homemade one that's kind of hard to read, if I'm being honest. So there's that, and so we need to decide when next week everybody's available. So start commenting in the chat when you're available for live stream next week. This time works fine for me. I have basically I'm available Tuesday through Friday of next week, because I actually don't have work because of COVID. So I'm available Tuesday through Friday in the evenings, any day. Thursday works fine for me. Carolee says Tuesday works best for her. Is Tuesday the only day that you're available, Carolee? Is there anybody else? Is everybody else going to be able to be there for Tuesday? Mom and Corinne, are you guys going to be available Tuesday? Oh, man. Well, I think if I don't hear... Oh, there we go. Sure. Mom says Tuesday will work. That's good. I think Tuesday is probably what we'll do. Will this time work? 5 o'clock is convenient for me. It's not really... Yeah, it works fine for me. Does 5 o'clock fine for you guys? Keep the time. Thursday's your birthday. Oh, we're going to have a birthday bash. So we'll be busy. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. We'll still do we'll have to do something for your birthday on Tuesday, though, on the live stream. I need to write that down. No, I'll remember. Never mind. Cool. All right. Well, Tuesday, I think it is. Tuesday at 5:05. I look forward to seeing everybody. We'll be back. We're going to work on this a bit more. Hopefully, we'll be getting closer to starting on the handle. I'm excited to start on the handle, even though, well, actually, hopefully we'll get to where we can start rounding this off and turning this into a round part of the mallet. So Tuesday should be okay for Corinne as well. Awesome. Tuesday at 5:05. I will see you there. And yeah, hit that bell. Stay well. And I'll see you next Tuesday at 5:05.